Hello, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Russell, and I am a second-year PhD student. I'm originally from the US, and my experience prior to UBC was in and around the dairy industry in California, Washington, and Colorado. I've always enjoyed working with calves and have been interested in calf care and welfare for as long as I can remember, which led me to the UBC Animal Welfare Program, where I earned my master's in applied animal biology in 2021, and then returned to do my PhD, which has led me to the point where I'm at right now. And I'm excited to share some of the research I've been working on since our last meeting. At our last meeting, I introduced my survey on calf management, which is a collaboration with colleagues from the UBC School of Population and Public Health and the BC Ministry of Agriculture. In June, this survey was distributed to all dairy farmers enrolled in the Salmonella Dublin Investigation and Management Program and was accessible to all licensed dairy farmers and farms in British Columbia. The survey consists of questions related to calf management. So, for example, how are farms housing, milk feeding, and weaning their calves? And while our survey is still open at this time, I do have some preliminary results that I am happy to share about the current responses from the participants that we have thus far. So the first result I'd like to share is about milk feeding. So numerous studies over the years have shown that calves can consume much more milk than what was historically offered to them. Calves that are fed 20% of their body weight in milk per day have higher average daily gains and show less behavioral indicators of hunger. As you can see here from these results, our current preliminary results, it looks like farmers in British Columbia are feeding increased milk allowances. So our average milk feeding per day is a little over 9 liters of milk or milk replacer per day. This suggests that the adoption of feeding higher milk allowances is occurring on farms in British Columbia. Another consideration is the method in which calves are being offered the milk. From our population, 66% of the farms are offering milk via teat, where 25% of those are offering milk through an AMF, so an automatic milk feeding system. A smaller percentage, so 32%, is offering calves milk through an open bucket or a pail. And I do think it's interesting, I left this in here, that there is one participant that practices prolonged cow and calf contact, where the milk feeding delivery system is with the cow. So the calf is receiving milk directly from its mother. We also asked farmers about housing, a very topical calf rearing consideration, with the consideration that the NFAC Code of Practices have been updated, and effective of April 1st in 2031, calves that are healthy, thriving, and compatible must be housed in pairs or groups by 4 weeks of age. However, you can see here that many of our participants, so 60% of our participants in this preliminary results, house calves individually, where 40% of our preliminary result population houses calves socially. So that's either in pairs or in groups. So this result is interesting because it suggests that there's still a bit of work that needs to be done to help these farms who are currently using individual housing systems to transition into the eventual requirement of having pairs or groups by 2031. Now, my next step is to take the information that I've collected from this survey and to go on to commercial dairies to evaluate calf growth, including providing farmers benchmarking reports and investigating the effects of being provided an individualized report and how that affects the calf outcome, like growth, after they've received that information.